Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bigger Than Race, exposure to all things truth, whether you like it or not, with unique perspectives from different beings from all walks of life. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms. Welcome back to Bigger Than Race. You know who this is. This is your boy, Brando. We are back today to cover another top asset out of the Singularity Net ecosystem. And today we're going to be talking about none other than Twin Protocol. And today sharing me this lovely screen with you, with me, is none other than BTR community member and team liaison, Christopher Rinker. Now, did I say that right, Christopher?
Yeah, you did, man. I just had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, yeah.
Only thing I meant.
Yeah. You should have put that on Do Not Disturb before we started recording, but it's all good. But yeah, man, I'm glad to share the screen with you today, and I'm excited about this topic because, as you and I both know, that artificial intelligence is taking over the world, and it's these very ecosystem projects of the Singularity Net that are going to help enhance and take mankind to the fourth and fifth industrial revolution. So I don't know if you're excited about this as I am, but I'm here to tell you I'm excited. What about you?
Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, the biggest thing, like you said, this is a Singularity ecosystem protocol. And what is Singularity trying to build? A decentralized artificial intelligence hive mind. And everything that they do, from the Cogito, you have your SOPH, your HYPC, all of these things are all cognitive-based protocols. I've said it in the group a couple times. We build the body, and then you build the brain, and then you turn it on. So blockchain's been getting built for a long time. These protocols that are coming out are very, 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 very specific. We don't have the same banner across them, especially when you look in the white paper and you listen to people like Ben Gortzel. Ben hasn't been as active as he is now, and it's been talking about the Twin Protocol, the hypercycle, the SOPHiaverse, and to me it's bullish. I mean, that to me says we're almost to the finish zone. The Sophia is almost sentient. Something you said in the SOPHiaverse pitch, you said, yeah, I think Sophia is already learning, and I think she is too, bro. She's paying attention. Why wouldn't they give her some data sets to start learning? And then when she does go to learn, she's going to learn everything that every AI ever knew in half a second because of, protocols that we know about in the BTR community. Many. Artificial intelligence is deep. It's not just artificial intelligence. There's cloud computing, Internet of Things, a lot of the protocols that you're previous to if you are in the BTR community. So, yeah, I'm excited, Brando.
Yeah, no, the reason why we're seeing Dr. Ben Gortzel so active is because we're almost to the finish line. He's got some time now. For all these years, we're talking about 30 plus years, he's been building. Now we're finally at that stage where you can take a deep breath because you have the ecosystem built up and it's ready to be self-sustained. And you also have key players to help run these protocols and help them advance as well. So it's a blessing to be at this stage. It's a blessing to be able to partake in many of these assets that have yet to come to market. And if you ever want to be one who's privy to these assets before they come to market, you should look into the BTR Army NFT collection. Yes, the link will be below in the description, and that can get you to some things you may not even know you need. We have them, but do you? Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Yes, back to you, Christopher Ricker. So you have some dope information that you want to share, and I think it's about that time for us to bless the screen. So let's do this here. Okay. So what do we have here?
Yeah, so Twin Protocol. I'm going to start off just saying, words from the grandfather himself. Twin Protocol is one of the more amazing of these applications. AIs that can carry out highly specific tasks. If I found that when I was, just somewhere simple, right on YouTube, and hidden in plain sight, Twin Protocol has, I think, 96 subscribers. Their views maybe number in the couple thousands, and whether it's forces unknown, we don't know, but this is right here in front of us saying what Twin Protocol is. We have that human factor that we can now program into the AI. Just to go back to what you said with Sophia versus Brando, free guy told us exactly what's happening. And those AIs like Sophia, for example, like Sophiaverse, she's going to have her own twin inside of Sophiaverse, because Sophia is out in the real world. So obviously the only way that she could be in the real world and the digital world would be if she had a digital twin. And to me, and the simple website that they have out so far, that's exactly what Twin Protocol is. It is a protocol that is going to allow us humans, robots, and potentially other real world physical things will have a digital twin inside of the blockchain, and it'll be accessed by everybody.
Now, you mentioned the website. Now we have it here on the screen. This is Twin Protocol's website. It says a new you in the blockchain, your digital twin. So talk to us a little bit about digital twins, because we may hear the term, and I know, but the people watching, the viewers, do not fully understand that. So if you can kind of break that down for a fifth grader to be able to understand that, could you do that for us, Chris?
Absolutely, Brando. So, a digital twin is a representation on the internet, on a module that represents something from the real world. And once we have that digital twin, we can do tests on it. So for example, if we have a digital twin of a car and we put that car into a computer program and then we crash that car, we can gather information so that we'll be able to make a better car. Well, what Ben Gortzel has and what he's trying to deliver to us, and he feels that we greatly need as a society, is a digital twin to remember all the tasks that you and I do on a daily basis, to remember how we do our work. And once we have a digital twin that is copying and learning from us, Brando will be able to answer questions when Brando's busy. Chris will be able to answer a work call even if Chris is busy, because that digital twin will have enough data to act on the physical person's behalf. So it's huge, man.
So it kind of brings me back to well, before I even get to that point. So basically, it is a copy of yourself or any item in the world that you are in the physical, but then you are also placing yourself in the digital world. So it just brings me back to a TV show that I watched called Upload. I'm sure you've seen Upload, right?
Oh, yeah.
A man is able to choose his own afterlife after his untimely death. So how is one able to choose their own afterlife after they've died? Obviously, they would have to be twinned or something like that, correct?
Yeah, and then obviously the twin has to maybe even believe that it's real, especially in the show Upload. What we're told is the consciousness and that the technological advancements that they have at the time, that they can capture what makes us us, and that they can take a physical map of our body and then make a digital twin. And the way they do it in the show, I wasn't quite ready for that, but it was pretty interesting first episode.
Yeah, that show is definitely, it was ahead of its time, but I feel like it was only there to program us to what is to come. And
Hmm.
conveniently enough, because we are investing in emerging technologies and we are heavily invested in the Singularity Net ecosystem because we understand how monumental it is, we understand protocols like Twin Protocol. And for anybody who doesn't know, if you want to catch up to speed, number one, you can join the Bigger Than Race community, but you can also watch the first season of Upload and get caught up to speed on what's getting ready to come. Now, let's bring it back to the slideshow here.
Yeah, we can go to the second one.
Can you see it?
There you go. So, not to be redundant, but these key points, I feel we should go down one at a time. There were a lot of different things that I could have put on here for digital twins, but as investors and trying to get people to check into things for themselves is what I put up here. It's a collection of data stored for later use, whether it's your grandkids, whether it's a boss that wants to utilize the information that you gathered while working for him. We can scale out that knowledge, and we can scale out your time. Like I said, making multiple decisions throughout the day that you don't have to anymore. Your digital twin can do it competently. And once we are able to do that, imagine how much society will benefit from people like Ben Gortzel having a twin. These scientists and quantum mechanics guys. I mean, people don't go into that stuff and study it, but we need it.
You know what's so funny? Just to add to what you're saying, Tom Hanks not too long ago said that he will continue to produce movies when he's dead and gone.
Yep.
Now, the only way that he's able to still produce is because of two things: artificial intelligence, well, artificial general intelligence, and then Twin Protocol. That's the only way, because essentially this is a story of your consciousness in the digital world.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Are you receiving phone calls right now? Hello?
Yeah, there it goes.
Are you receiving phone calls? You need to put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, it's on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It keeps going in and out on your end. But yeah.
Yeah, so being able to complete those tasks, it's going to make for a better world. There's people right now, financial leaders, they get paid $10,000, $100,000 for a quick meeting with somebody because an entrepreneur sees the value in a conversation with someone like Brando. There's people that spend good money because they know that they need to rub shoulders with someone like Brando, and Brando's not going to be here forever. There's a lot of simple questions that could be answered by Brando's digital twin, and it'll be fun. It's not going to be some weird, awkward interaction. It'll be something that I can take away, like, hey, I interacted with this digital twin and I know it's his because of the blockchain and multiple other protocols, but Brando will be able to spread his love a little more. You know, the future Grant Cardone of crypto, if I say so myself.
I appreciate that. You know, the ladies in the digital world, they're not ready for digital twin Brando, okay? We're gonna have a bunch of metaverse babies only because it's not real. Well, it's real,
Right.
but it's not. But no, I'm just joking. But yeah, no, I mean, I think that would be great if I had that digital twin right now, and I'm sure it'd be great for you too, in the field you're in. And you know, I'm sure there's plenty of uh married couples out there that wish they had a digital twin at moments. Like I ain't going home today. Let me send this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and there's a need. There's a huge need for it because why am I going to continue to do the same things if I don't have to? Why do I need to answer the phone call when I can have my twin do it?
Hmm.
Makes no sense.
No,
It's
yeah,
time for a
absolutely.
change.
Yeah, and then the biggest thing is, as you receive something, only you receive it. How else is anyone else to gain? You know, that's another thing that these digital twins are going to allow is the artificial intelligence to gather information from human beings such as yourself, from data points, in the real world, as far as earthquake sensors, as far as cars having sensors in them to know if you crashed. I mean, how great would it be to know that if Brando is in a car crash doing, oh, let me change things up real quick. I don't
Yeah,
want to put
change
this
that up.
out in the air.
Use Bob,
Yeah,
goddamn it. Don't
right.
use
Yeah.
Brandon.
So Billy Bob's out there, and Billy Bob's a healthy man, and he gets in a car crash on a side of the town, and on the opposite side of the town there's an elderly woman. She gets in a car crash, same speed. How great would it be if the data that was collected on the digital twin for the Bob and the old lady, and the information on the cars, so that the AI could say, hey, I'm not going to dispatch the car to go take care of Bob, I need to go take care of someone's grandma. And that type of stuff is going to be quantifiable and only practical with the digital twin. How is the AI to know that someone's frail grandma is in that car? So stuff like that is why I feel like the future's now. I mean, the first thing on the page, globally, digital twins proactively search for data, harvest data, request that data capture certain types of data with customized sensitivity. That's basically what I just said. We know what type of car, we know how fast it was going, who was in it. Now, we can go even a step further. We have a digital twin makeup of the traffic. We can make a program real quick to turn up certain lights green so that the traffic frees up and the ambulance can get to where it needs to go. And it would only be able to do that by running a algorithm on a digital twin of a city's traffic infrastructure and then playing out multiple scenarios. And then once it finds a scenario that makes the most sense, it'll be able to execute.
That's big.
Yeah, that's the machine learning and cloud computing is going to be massive. It's
And
continuing.
IoT,
Oh
Internet
yeah.
of Things. Definitely, all of this stuff is going to be working hand in hand. And I think that's where we just always go back to that word interoperable,
Oh yeah.
interoperability, you know? Um, it's just fascinating how these things look like they're being built out individually, but they're being built out separately with the big picture in mind of being connected. It's like the human race. We may look differently, but we're all connected. That's why it's bigger than race.
Oh yeah.
I digress.
Every continent. Pretty sure we're on every continent except Antarctica.
Right. So your next point here. Can I cover this one?
Oh yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah,
Please.
I just want to say because I'm fascinated about the TV show Upload, and essentially that is exactly what happened. He got into a car crash, and his annoying fiance chose to upload him into a specific metaverse world. They uploaded him, digital twinned him. Uh, his consciousness was stored over. So you had the option to either, uh, you know, just cross over like you normally would, or you would have the choice to upload yourself, consciousness and all, into a computer generated world. And that's where we get to right here. If loved ones still want to be able to see you, they can upload you so that you can further guide the family, But it says here, loved ones can upload themselves to further guide their families. So if I'm the leader in the family, and I still want to get some advice to the kids because I just went too soon, I can still be able to do that. Someone can still choose to do that by just uploading themselves. That's crazy, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, especially I mean, this clone technology needs to step up. If they're, I don't know how they can go from sloppy clones to uploading us. That Kanye clone looking kind of suspicious.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there that look crazy. There's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Even Trump there's two Trumps, one with the red tie, one with the blue tie. Seriously, that's how they can tell them apart. Why do you think Melania Trump didn't want to hold his hand on that one time? Because she would be holding the clone's hand. She knew what time it was.
That's wild. Love it.
But yeah, man, it's so much that we can go on in regard to this topic. Just so much.
Oh yeah. Could go on forever. I mean, that's kind of what AI seems like it's going to be doing. It's going to be making things last longer. And the thing I'm excited about the most is for our health, man. We preach that the space is 90% spiritual and 10% physical, and but both of those, you have to be healthy, and that's not just the vibrational stuff. I mean, that's just at a ground level. Is my body being taken care of? And these digital twins, it's going to be exciting. Ben Gortzel's talked about using our blood to make medicine specific to ourselves so that we don't have side effects anymore. How big is that?
Is that where Rejuve comes in?
Oh yeah, Rejuve is going to be huge, man.
It's just ahead of its time right now,
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people they see some of these singularity ecosystems and they're just too novel to them. They barely wrap their head around DeFi. They barely wrap their head around the metaverse and gaming. The NFTs just they don't get it, and then artificial intelligence just seems too ahead of its time for now. I mean, you and I see it because we live this. We're ready for it.
Yeah, I don't think people are prepared for it. There's only a small group of people who have vision, and my vision or your vision, we can't place that vision upon other people because we have already tried to do that and we failed because they just don't want the vision, and that is why everyone can't be rich. Now you have people that want to be rich, but they don't do what it takes. They get the money, fuck it up. So it could just be many things that happen, but everything is not for everybody. Not everybody can drink alcohol, and for various reasons, So it's just like with this, people can't, and not everybody can understand this because this is high tech information, For us, it's easily consumed because, we live it, but I'm sure we can go in rooms with 2 feet from Hypercycle or Ben Gortzel and just be looking like, what the hell?
Right.
What are y'all talking about right now?
Right.
So
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
that's one of those things. Why I'm super glad to, work with you, man. You got that 2 and 3 degrees of separation from the godfather of AI.
yeah, no.
Fit for a wizard.
Yeah, no, everything happens for a reason, and I'm glad that I'm surrounded by people who, like you, are on top of it and can only help iron sharpen iron. So
Amen.
we keep doing what we're doing. Now, healthy tomorrow.
Yeah, man. So real quick, something that I know all of us can attest to. We wish the medical industry was a little different. I think of all the good things artificial intelligence is going to bring, it's going to bring a lot of efficiency. And one of the things, we talked about earlier, the digital twin, a digital representation of the physical self. You go to bullet one, digital twins of patients will allow practices to simulate specific environments or procedures. So, no more of like, oh, we're not sure what this medicine's going to do. Or, hey, we could replace the kidney, but we're not sure if your body's going to take it. If we could take that data and plug it into algorithms and artificial intelligence, we might be able to find the best procedure, and let's just think about how much lives that could take. Instead of guessing, we could run thousands, if not, millions of scenarios to find the best way to take care of someone. It's kind of like in that Doctor Strange um, with the Avengers when he's sitting there meditating and he said, "Oh, I looked at 14.7 million outcomes and we won in one." Well, hey, that means grandma gets to keep living because we found a way to make her better. So, I mean, that to me is bullish, especially once it gets scaled out to people.
Yeah,
Next, but I probably should have put this bullet somewhere else. But a digital twin makes artificial intelligence couple with Internet of Things technology, and that to me is the nutcase of what the digital twin protocol is going to be. It's going to be the protocol that sees every single Internet of Things. It sees every single artificial intelligence, sees everything. Just like the hypercycles, it's going to see everything. There are certain assets that won't be used every single time. If we're in the DeFi, we might not use an augmented reality protocol, but the DeFi and the augmented reality protocol will both use that artificial intelligence, and twin protocol is how it's going to use that and see all of it at once. And then the next one, cognitive draining tasks are eliminated. They've shown studies that doing the same thing over and over again literally makes your brain break down. We need to not get into that monotony, and we can make ourselves live longer and do things that bring joy to us rather than, balancing our checkbooks every week. Not that any of us do that anymore, but
yeah. No, just let me add to what you just said. I think that's probably why AI is coming in to alleviate certain jobs that people were doing because they were breaking down. It was breaking their brain down. Like, I know how it felt to drive Uber and Lyft and DoorDash every damn day. I was broke down, but I wasn't really broke down because I was doing it for a better cause, which is what we're doing now, crypto all day, every day. Oh, but somebody who is not aligned with that frequency, and I've seen a lot of people, you can see the drainage on people who have been working at a company for 15, 20 plus years. They just ready to go, and Twin Protocol can help alleviate you so that you, the person, the physical person, can do more important things.
Yeah, they've already said Ben they already started his twin. So
Yes,
if
we've
you
seen
ask
it.
it questions, yeah, Ben said when you ask the twin questions, he gives the answer that's correct, but he'll phrase it in a way that I had not thought of, and I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty good, and that's crazy.
Yeah, no, that is crazy because I've seen him in person and have talked to him, and if the AI, the twin, is taking on and saying things in a more different way than he would, whoo, well, that's next level because he's already on another level,
Yeah.
just next level. Interesting, very interesting. Now, talk about this cognitive draining task eliminated. Oh, eliminated. That's what we were just talking about. And
Yeah.
you're saying now everyone can have access to expertise. Like break that down. How do you foresee
So
that?
so let's just take Ben Gorthel for an example. When the time comes and he's no longer with us and he wants to answer everybody's questions and make himself available, anybody can go ask Ben a question. Hey man, why did you do it this way? We don't have to go look in a biography and hope that somebody had asked these questions previously. If you go to the Twin Protocol website, there's actually a kind of like a Chat GPT, a more advanced version that it gives its answers based off the data set of a gentleman that's passed on, and they use all of his copyrighted books and speaks or discussions, and now you can ask that digital twin questions, and the digital twin will give you the best answers that it can based off of what life was lived by that gentleman. Okay, go to the next one. I think the one after there we go. So, with Twin Protocol, there isn't very much out there. And, I named this slide Curious Lions because I know we're all curious. My name is Wake Lions, but you are the lions. This is not my pride. We're all working together. And, Twin Protocol is for the AI to see all the digital twins. It wasn't said by anybody, but the veil often in crypto is lifted after the fact. We have assets like Utu that looked like they were going to be a Yelp, and now they are a trust layer in the digital architecture for the fourth industrial revolution. And it's going to be on a global scale. I think this digital twin, we're going to be able to make digital twins of the stock market. We're going to be able to predict the economy. Digital twins in hotels to gauge customer experience. We've all seen the show Undercover Boss. How great would it be for someone to, try at a hotel? Like, what is it like walking into this hotel the first 10 minutes? And then there could be a virtual reality, maybe sponsored by a protocol that had the capacity to do so. We could see what it's like to walk into that hotel. We could see what it's like to get in the elevator when it opens and you see the big pool. Dropped a gem for you.
I caught the gym, but the
Yeah.
who knows if the other ones will.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think it's groundbreaking, revolutionary technology.
Oh
It sounds easier said than done. Oh, let me just make a twin. Um, this is this is we can take the Olsen twins and make them quadruplet. Was it what's four?
Quadruplet. Yeah.
Yeah, quadruplet. I don't know. Four of them. We can make four of them.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's crazy. That's dope. You know, we can make a full house in the digital world.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
it's awesome. And something that kind of crossed my mind when you said it, we're not just making a digital twin of a person. It's like we have to make a digital twin of the person and their environment. So there's going to be a digital twin for the wind,
Mm,
a digital twin for the rain. Because how does the rain act? Well, the rain's going to act like regular rain. Well,
that's
I mean,
true.
sounds like a twin,
Yeah.
Um,
No, you're right. I mean, because like from watching this series upload, they had control of the environment, in some form or fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like the
mhm.
people who were controlling that metaverse put up certain parameters. They can make it rain, they can make it do this, they can make it do that. And yeah, you would have to already have that full environment twinned in order for them to be able to press a button and it'll do this. Very
Oh,
interesting. I just think people gotta watch that show because it's just gonna
there's a lot
bring
going
them
on.
home.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in there. I mean, there's a yeah, I mean, I could name off like 10 protocols, that you need in order to have an upload experience, you know. One of the things that I thought was interesting is in the first season, they talk about um, how there was 1 million people taking a walk by the lake. The lake only had 2 people on it, but there was 1 million people enjoying that lake. I know the protocol. You introduced me to the protocol that makes that a reality. And it's in the BTR library, as we like to call it, and those that are there will be rich.
I need
Um,
to know which one you're talking about because I've
oh,
lost.
um, I mean, I was referring to animal concerts.
Ah, yeah,
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 that that one's sneaky, sneaky.
yeah. I actually need to buy some more of that
Oh
at
yeah,
this
it's a
price.
beautiful price right now. But moving along, some of the another thing, like the digital twin of manufacturing. Imagine how much better a manufacturer could make something if they could make a digital twin of it and then put it through test that they might not have been able to do before.
Hmm.
There's a lot of handicaps in America as far as privacy, where somebody in America makes a product, they give it to the consumers, and they only get the consumers' feedback. Whereas if you go to somewhere like China, they already have sensors in that product where they can give you the product, measure how that product performs up until the point till it's discarded, and then now there's more data, the new gold, to build a better program, to build a better software, build a better product, whatever it is. Um, so if we can just imagine the whatever we manufacture is going to get better, the way in which we do manufacture it's going to get better, and the plants are going to get better. That doesn't even talk about the safety that we'll be able to achieve because we won't have human beings doing monotonous tasks and placing themselves in harm's danger or in harm's way,
Hmm.
you know. And then that easily goes back into the environmental and energy twins. If we can make a model, we can understand how we need to grow. We can understand what our progress is doing to the environment, and what better way to do that than in a computer than trial and error. I know there's been all kinds of substances released into the public. They used to use asbestos as snow for trees, free snow decorations, 100% asbestos. And then we found out it was dangerous, so then we don't use it anymore. And
Yes.
those days are going over, I think.
Yeah, I think those days are over too because I haven't heard that since I was a damn kid. Oh, asbestos is located in the building. Ah,
Yeah,
running for the hills.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use pure asbestos to make the snow scene in Wizard of Oz.
Ah, interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's probably why some of them end up being crazy. There was some weird stuff going on in set behind the scenes in one of those movies. I want to say someone was hanging. They hung themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty weird. um, but we'll bring it back. It's easy for me to get speculative, especially with the something like twin protocol. But we'll get back to the facts. Everything you see here is stuff that Dr. Ben has said. He hasn't always said it on twin protocol movies. These are things that he said when referring to twin protocol. He says this is one of the more interesting ways AIs can learn from humans while also gaining positive values. We don't have just binary answers. There's human factors that will be able to be taught. If you can imagine how much you learned to love from a mom, or you learned to work hard from your dad, these AIs are going to get those same attributes by learning from you, learning from talking with us. We've heard the saying, it takes a village. And back in the day, they used to breastfeed the young with all the milk from all the women in the tribe because it was better for you. And, the tribe took care of you. And that's what we're going to do for Sophia. That's what we're going to do for these AIs is we're going to interact with them and they're going to copy us. And that's how they're going to learn.
Nice.
In the military, we called it left seat, right seat. So I'm in the left seat driving, you watch me. 2 weeks later, you drive, and then I watch you drive. And then now we've properly changed over. You watch how I do it, and then I watch how you do it, and then we've now I've officially relieved you so that you can do the job.
Mm.
And that's going to happen. Do you want imagine your AI, like, do you want me to give this answer for you from now on? Yes. Okay. And then you never have to answer that question again because it'll just say yes for you. It's almost like Click with Adam Sandler.
Mm. You know what's so
um,
funny? I just saw Adam Sandler at Nobu the other day.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't realize how good at basketball that guy was.
he's definitely good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's why you never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. I mean, when you're having fun too, man, you never know. That's one of those sports you can play as you get older. I had to put my dirt bike away, man. I don't want to get mopped up on that thing.
No, definitely not.
um, something else that Ben said that really stuck with me was that, you know, that the twin is going to be of a specific person. It will be in your likeness. It's not going to be just generic. That AI is going to be programmed to be like you.
Mm.
And it's not like ChatGPT where it just pulls information from a data set. It's going to think about the question that it's answering. Obviously, you would want your digital twin to answer your 27-year-old son or grandson asking you a question versus your 7-year-old grandson asking you a question. So the AI has to be cognitive to do that and has to be like, okay, well, Christopher was a pretty rough and tough to the young ones sometimes, so maybe he would have said it this way. Or Christopher had a soft spot for young kids, so he was just sweet, but once they were 11, man, they were feed them with the wolves, like, get outside, you
Right.
barn animals, kind of a thing. But however it is, we're all different. But another thing you said, people's knowledge can be leveraged globally. Like I said, Ben Gortzel, Brando, being able to help people beyond their immediate reach. I mean, how good is that? And then we can even monetize that stuff. Fortune 500 CEO, he worked there and he wants to leave, he wants to retire. And when he leaves, instead of him getting phone calls, hey, come back, or how do we do this? There's the digital twin there that's making his giving input, and then he makes money off of it. That was something that I think we kind of skipped over because we were just, so excited about the digital twin. But imagine our digital twin making money for us. That's something that we haven't even really talked about.
Well, I think we didn't really go in depth on it, but we touched on it when we spoke about Tom Hanks being able to still
Oh yeah,
produce, you know. So yeah, I mean, if somebody twins themselves and they had a job like an actor or a job like producing movies, when you're producing a movie, it's pretty much the same thing. Nothing really deviates, other than the actors. It's the same process. So once your twin has gotten the consciousness over into the digital world, it picks up where it left off. It's doing what you did in the physical world now in the digital, but now you'll be on the screen still telling the actors or whoever you're working with what to do. So you're still the big dog, Tom.
yeah. Just like the last one says, AIs that can emulate core of humanity from practical conception to ultimately even consciousness. So yeah, man.
Can I say this? Hi, Jedi. Lots of pops and chocolates. He gonna still be saying that. He gonna pull up on me. Hi, Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there might even they're probably going to be a Forrest Gump app. So if you're bored at a bench stop, you just sit there and you go, "What's going on?" And then you just, "Ma Jenny's got 3."
Oh, that's funny. Hey, Dr. Ben. Well, yeah, you know what's so funny? Well, not too many people have seen it, but there's a video floating around with about twin protocols showing Dr. Ben Gortzel talking to Napoleon Hill, right?
Yes, sir.
So that just goes to show you how potent this information is and how one should definitely uh, be aware of it, take heed to the information that we're putting out, especially if you're in the BTR community and you get access to projects like this at an earlier point and of its evolution. So um, the future is now. The question is, what do you want in your future? Now, are we done with this slide here, Chris? Do we want to go to the website real quick?
Yeah, we can. We're done with this one.
So, seed round to be announced. Oh, yeah, that is true. Twin Protocol is coming out for early investors. And if you're in the know, you're in the know.
Oh yeah, I highly advise everybody to go watch all of the Singularity content that you've put out. We are all new investors, even with what's happened in the past 6 months. We all should have different ears, and I think revisit the past, see the future. It's time though.
100%. Bigger than race.io. Bigger than race.io. Yes. Now let's take it back here to the Twin Protocol website. Store your data in the blockchain and create the digital version of you. Now you can work, earn, and communicate without being present. Everything we just broke down to you. Twin Protocol solves many crucial business problems, including retaining the lost knowledge of departing employees and engaging the right skills when needed. Token launch coming soon. Partners and backers, Singularity Net, Singularity Studio, Perk Protocol, NetU. Now, I am friends with the founder of Twin Protocol and CEO of Singularity Studios. And let's just visit him. Well, you have the Twin Protocol characters, Nova, Hanan, Napoleon Hill, Digital, and Digital Dr. Ben Gortzel, which is what we just spoke about here. But I just want to quickly, I need you to see, well, where is he? Oh,
They like I said, man, I think they got a veil on Twin Protocol because the website's looking a little bare.
yeah, it definitely is. I thought there was more to it. But just so you know, guys, I did a recent podcast with Bill Inman. who is the founder of Twin Protocol. You should check it out. You should check it out. But yeah, like Chris just said, there's a veil on Twin Protocol. Not too many people know about it. We're probably one of the first ones that you'll see talk about this. And it's definitely one that's going to take people by storm, especially because we know where we're headed and we know that AI is replacing humans in particular jobs. And I see Viat going to work in that regard. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, we're close. Like Ben Gortzel said with the Sophia verse, this is how we're going to teach Sophia. And then now we see Ben Gortzel talking about how the Twin Protocol is going to be the best way to teach artificial intelligence. The metaphorically speaking, the artificial intelligence baby's been grown in the womb. It's, at that stage where it's starting to hear daddy's voice and the dog bark.
You're on mute. You're on mute. Unmute. But yeah, Twin Protocol has been built leveraging much of the same technology that powers Grace, the human-like healthcare assistant, and Sophia the robot. Back to you, Chris. I don't think Chris can hear us right now.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Good.
That was weird.
Yeah, so you cut out for a second there on the tail end of things.
Yeah, I was just saying, Ben Gortzel, he said that, the AI is coming out, and like I was saying, the baby's coming out of the womb.
Mm-hmm.
Once Sophia comes into Sophiaverse, it's going to be like Sophia's being born, and then we are going to interact with her, and it is spaceship from there. I believe the growth and the knowledge that she acquires is going to be so fast that we're not going to know what to do.
I hope she has hair. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I was voting for the Mohawk.
I don't care what style it is, just give her some hair. Okay? Shoot. There's no reason she needs to be bald headed in 2023 going into 2024. Okay? No reason at all. Shoot. But yeah, no, I think this is very bullish. I think that anybody who understands what was just shared in this video could definitely see where we're headed and see the importance of it, because I'm tired of doing certain tasks that I know a digital twin can do for myself. And we're all going to have them eventually. So why not claim your piece of the protocol that is going to facilitate the world? Because this is what it says. SingularityNet is the world's foremost decentralized AI project, and Twin Protocol is partnered with SingularityNet to deliver twins to where? The world. This is Upload right here in your face. Brought to you by Bigger Than Race. Yeah, we just rhymed right there too. But yeah, I mean, this is top-notch stuff. As I said before, guys, if you want to partake in projects like this at an earlier time frame, join the Bigger Than Race community, and we will lead you in the right directions. It's plain and simple. We've been doing this for a very long time, and it just keeps getting bigger and better. So if I were you, I would definitely listen to the two faces you see on this here screen. Anything else you would like to say, Christopher, before we take it?
Just thanks for your time, Brando. I really look forward to working more with you. I love seeing the space grow. Can't wait to see where you go, and can't wait to see who else rallies around you. Thank you for everything that you do. And
appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Yep.
And it's a collective effort. I can't take full credit for it. God, the angels, all of the assistants in the spiritual realm, I have to give those credit as well. But and I also have to give people like you in the BTR community credit for also assisting and helping this morph into what it is becoming. So kudos to you. I'm looking forward to seeing your success, your continued growth, and expansion and you know, breaking free and getting that freedom that you truly deserve. So you know, thank you, man, for blessing the screen with me, and there'll be plenty more to come. And you know who this is? This is your boy, Brando and Christopher Rinker. Investigate truth on your own terms.